Good morning, it's Richard from the Richards Bay Baptist Church. Over the next couple of days, I'll be sharing our Faith Lift message, and it's around something I call the 4 T's. It is a teaching on time, talent, treasure, and testimony, and they're 4 teachings which help keep me focused on making sure I'm living a life that is Christ-honoring. And it's a great way to challenge someone who calls himself a Christ follower to make sure that their heart is maybe aligned in the right place. But before we kick off, I'd like to just start off with something which I call first fruit. Because first fruit is something which is critical before we even get into these teachings. And the principle of first fruit is, in the Old Testament, God always spoke about bringing your first fruit, bringing your harvest or your produce to the storehouse. And the teaching of first fruit is a challenge. And I've talked about when a farmer has lambs and they drop in their lambs, the ewes are in season. First fruit means not when 10 lambs have been born and taking one and giving it away as a tithe, but it's actually when the first lamb drops that you give that one to Christ. That is what a first fruit is. It's in faith, before the other 9 have dropped, that you're giving what is due to God. So that's first fruit in a nutshell. The teaching for today, which is Tuesday, is on time. It's a short teaching, and the teaching on time is in tithe and offering to God. A lot of people only talk about the financial side, but to me, it's important to say, how do we plan our time with God? Is our time with God only secondary, or is it a primary decision that we make on how we're going to live our lives? So if you want to do a little litmus test and just see how you're tracking in your walk with Christ, and is number 1, what are you doing with your time? Is your time that you give Christ only what's left, or a secondary consideration? Or is it the first consideration you make when you plan your week, serving God, being involved and using your gifting and your talent in the first fruit principle, meaning giving the best and the first of what you have to Christ? Just a short reminder and a challenge to you. So I pray that this has been an encouragement. I'm going to lead us in a word of prayer. As we know, time is our most valuable asset, and we sometimes use it all for our own good. So gracious Father, as we just go into a week, starting today, I just pray that we are challenged to consider what we use our time on. Is it Christ-honoring? Is it something that produces fruit? And is it something that is used for your glory? I pray that we are mindful of that, Lord, that we make time for you. We ask this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.